if you're going to be travelling with your dogs this festive season, there is a lot you can do to maximise your travel with them for minimal disturbance and to have that nice, easy, relaxing journey to your final destination that you would dream for. So, first one, plan your route. Plan how often you're going to stop. The younger your dog is, the older your dog is, as in if they are elderly. And if you've got a young puppy, you're obviously going to need more toilet breaks. If you've got a very young puppy who's not yet vaccinated, you're going to need to make sure you take blankets, go to places where you're not where loads of dogs aren't visiting, and make sure that you're planning when those toilet breaks are going to be. So if you know that you might hit some traffic and a stretch that I tend to stop every 2 to 3 hours, if I knew that there was going to be a stretch where I've hit traffic and normally 2 hours would get me from here to here, but if I have traffic it's going to get me from here to here, I have toilet breaks planned and like walks for my dogs planned here and here, so that no matter what traffic I hit or don't hit, I know my walks, I know what I've got planned, I know when my dogs can get out and toilet nicely and happily. Hopefully have a nice relaxing decompression walk as well if I've got time to do it. I would much rather take the time to decompress my dogs on the way to where we're going, so that I don't have to worry about decompressing them when we're there, especially if I'm going to get there after dark and things like that. Once you've planned your route, then you want to make sure you walk and toilet your dogs beforehand, before you get in the car to leave. Make sure they're nice and settled in the car. I'm assuming that your dogs are happily travelling in the car by this point. That needs to be an entirely separate video if not. I like to look at secure fields for when I'm there. That way I know I can exercise my dogs as much as they need, and if for whatever reason where we're staying is a bit stressful or the journey was stressful, I can't tell you, every time I break down it's when I've got dogs in the car. So knowing that if I am on a journey to somewhere, that there's a secure field waiting the other end for the dogs to decompress always helps me relax if the car has broken down or something horrible like that. If you know the area and if you know some walks where you can go and decompress, then that's absolutely fine as well. I tend to rely on secure fields when I don't know the area, just so that I know that that box is ticked, and then we can go exploring in addition to meeting those decompression needs. Whenever I travel, no matter where I'm going, I always take an abundance of blankets so that I can cover any sofas or beds, especially from muddy dog paws. It doesn't matter how well trained your dogs are. If they're going to jump up, you want to make sure that there's something on the surface that you can whip off, that is yours, that you can wash, rather than dirty someone else's linen. That's no fun, especially if it's a sofa cover that's a nightmare to wash. I always take an abundance of chews so that I can keep my dogs occupied, and I always ham up my settle and go mat training so that I can send the dog throughout the house to various stations, tell them to settle, give them a chew. Really, really nice way of containing slightly muddy dogs. A really, really beneficial behaviour to have on cue for travelling with your dogs as well is toileting. There's nothing worse than having to do a toilet stop in the pouring rain because you've hit traffic and your dog's trying to find that perfect spot, taking an age to actually get there, and you're getting drenched in the process of trying to get them toileted. Being able to go wee-wees and have them just go straight away, so handy. Really recommend, just every time your dog toilets, say that word, preferably just before you can see they're about to. So just as they're about to start, you then say the cue that you like. Those are my top tips for traveling. Hope you have a fabulous journey.